Welcome to Thanks to Sync TV, brought to you courtesy of First Ave Entertainment. I am your host, B. We are here located at Express Hookah Lounge in Hollywood, Florida. Be sure to check them out for your pleasure. Listen, we have an awesome show lined up for you today. We have the artist Cedric Brazle here in the building. If you want more information about us, please feel free to log on to www.sync2sync.tv.com. Also, our Instagram and Twitter handles are both at Sync2Sync.tv. We have so much in store for you. Stick and stay. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Sync to Sync TV. I am your host, B. We are here at Express Hookah Lounge. If you want more information about us, log on to www.sync2sync.tv.com. Both Twitter and Instagram handles are at Sync2Sync.tv. We're here with artist Cedric Brazle in the building.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm so good. Thank y'all for having me. I'm really grateful to be here for real.
Ooh, the voice, the octave. Oh, it's down there. I love it. Look at those vocal cords. I hear it. Listen. Okay, so we're going to get right into the music because your voice, it's like a smooth operator over here.
Thank you. Okay. I appreciate that.
So as far as your music, when did you start in the music industry?
Music industry specifically, a few years ago, I linked up with my manager, DeAndre, and we really just wanted to just give this thing a try because I've been singing my whole life. Like I'm from Jacksonville, Florida.
Okay.
I've been singing since I could talk. Honestly, that's what my
in
family
the church?
says. Yeah, of course.
Oh
Thank
my
you.
gosh.
I take that.
Like you would shake the church. Listen, we walk into the altar.
Yeah.
We're going to save our souls today.
Every time. But yeah, we met up and we was just trying to hustle ever since and just trying to make it work. So I released my first debut EP in 2020 called If I Knew Then. And since then, we just been rolling, you know?
If I Knew Then.
Mm-hmm.
We all say that hindsight is 20/20.
It is.
If you knew then, what would you do different now?
Pretty much what that project was about. Like being in a relationship, or in a love sense, like being in a relationship, and like you say, the afterthought or the hindsight, knowing that there's certain things I wouldn't have put myself through and certain situations I wouldn't have put myself in, so that I would have had a different outcome. You know, like you see after a situation is done, all the things that could have been different or done differently or changed. You know, so it's about learning from my mistakes from the past and making sure that I grow and become better in the future for the next thing.
What's one of those things?
Honestly,
I'm gonna get specific.
Ooh, that was good. What's one of those things? That's good. Yeah. Nobody ever asked me that. What's one of those things? One of those things is just not allowing. I have a song on the project called "Rather Die."
I love how you're transitioning the answers. Yes, do that.
I have a song called "Rather Die." And the song's pretty much talking about not allowing anybody in my life to love me incorrectly again. Because sometimes I feel like us as people, especially when we're in love, we allow so much. And of course, love is about sacrifice. So that's what you're supposed to do. But you have to know there's a line drawn and not to – there's just certain things you can't allow for yourself, even if you are in love, you know? So there's boundaries there, you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
what was one way that you were loved incorrectly?
Just not feeling like I was enough, you know, like always feeling like there was more. For sure. Always feeling like I just didn't level up. Like there was always something left over. Like I can give 100%, but then there's still some change left over that it's like, oh, almost there. You almost were perfect, you know, like those types of situations. So I just allowed myself to be cool with me and just like. And like what works for me, there's somebody who will love me for me and it'll take me for me. So and just
that could be rather
cool
draining.
With that. It's very draining, but at the end of it, I'm glad I went through that because if I didn't, then I wouldn't have had the hindsight that I have now and the vision that I have now for my life and my future, and especially when it comes to love and life, period, with anyone in any relationship. So
with that, is the red flag or trigger like, oh, my ex used to do this.
Yeah.
My ex used to do
all
that.
of those things are pretty much what my next project is going to be about. My next EP is going to be a follow-up to that EP that I released almost 19 months ago. So it's just that little time frame. This next project for me will be what I've learned. I mean, I'm not there yet into a state of like bliss and perfection and all that stuff, but I've learned a lot in that little bit of time since that situation ended, even more for myself to grow, you know, so.
When you're doing that growing process too, those revelations come in. Do you ever get that bring, hey big head?
Yeah.
I'm back.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, and sometimes it can be, to be
Tempting?
honest, yeah, it really can be tempting to go back to something. But sometimes, and I'm doing this now, this new thing where I'm like, there's nothing there. And, like sometimes you have to realize that you've experienced someone. And it's not saying people can't change or people can't grow, but once you've experienced someone, you know what they have to give to you.
Right.
So, and you know that honestly, sometimes people don't change how they treat you specifically. They might treat someone better because it's new. They don't have to be jaded about the past,
And they've learned from you.
And they've learned from you. So, and sometimes you're just not the person that they can treat better. They can just learn from you in your relationship, but you're not the one that can get the end result of those lessons,
Listen, good
That's
stuff.
okay.
Good stuff.
Okay.
Thanks to Sync. We are here with Cedric Brazle. We'll be right back in just a few.
Yeah.
Thanks to Sync family. We are here at Express Hookah Lounge. We're here with Cedric Brazle.
Yeah.
Cedric, you dropped some jewels first quarter. Let's go to
Appreciate it.
quarter number 2.
Let's do it.
So your next one is about learning what you've learned. So you're gonna go ahead and put that in the universe and assist us because listen, we're learning from each other and we never stop learning. That's
Right.
the beauty of it. We
Right.
never stop learning.
Hallelujah.
So, what is it that you think that you have in store? So what you've learned,
Yeah.
you're gonna formulate that into your music because you sing and you write your own lyrics.
Yeah, I do. I have to. It's a thing for me that I don't feel like I can sing music that I haven't experienced, and I don't like to play a character. And I've heard so many people tell me that artists like, "What kind of character do you like to play in your music?" I'm like, I don't like to play a character. Like I like to put my real life situation because I feel like that's what will resonate with people more,
Right.
and not to be something that I feel like I'm supposed to be, but just be myself.
Right.
Because that's the best result that I can give to people.
We
So
can feel that. We
Yeah.
can feel it. And as an audience, you can feel it too. When it's
Thank you.
really authentic and soulful, you
Thank
automatically
you.
connect.
Appreciate that.
So your music,
Yeah.
of course, it's about your personal life.
Yeah.
How do you feel about putting that out there?
I'm okay with it when it's in the music. Like I'm not really a person. I would like call myself a extroverted introvert. Like I'm extroverted when it's time to be, but 9 times out of 10 I'm introverted.
I get it.
Yeah. So my music, I can put it all out there and I don't feel any way about it because people, I don't know, I just don't feel like there's too much there to think about when I put it in the art. I think that's where it should be.
So how do you think you're gonna transition into when you're out there, paparazzi, and
I think I'll do good. Like I've been this way my whole life, and I've always had like parameters. Like I wanted to be a singer and an artist my whole entire life. There's nothing more that I've wanted to do. My whole family knows this, so they've supported me literally every step of the way because there's literally nothing else that I feel like I do better than this. So I'm used to close friends and close circles and just being this way and confiding in the people that I know I can trust because we've been through a lot. So I'm not easily trusting, and like it takes a lot for me to trust and to give in the back and forth.
Right.
So yeah.
So you provide that same energy that's given to you.
Exactly.
And
Reciprocity. Very important.
reciprocity
Very
all
important.
the way. Okay, so how have you transitioned during this COVID and everything that happened in these past 2 years? This past 2 years feel like 10 years.
They really have.
So I know you have some amazing music for us.
Yeah, I do. COVID, I like to say it was a blessing in disguise for me because it allowed me to lock in and really hone in on what I wanted to do. And I think I've been working on this next project for about a year, 18 months now, just honing it in and making sure it's perfect. All 2021 from January till December was me in the studio writing new songs, writing records, like just consistently. And I wrote so many songs, and I just wanted to narrow it down to the best few that people would love. And I've done that, and I feel like it pretty much explains the things like if I knew then what I know now, then I won't make those same mistakes. That's what this music is, and it's deeper than my past music. It's more me. It's my story now. Like there's a lot of things people don't know about me, even just away from love and the things that affect my relationships based on just my past and my life and my parents, my family. Like it talks about those things and how it affects my relationships, and that's what this music is about.
That's deep.
Yeah.
Because we don't think of pedigree. We don't think of pedigree when we enter relationships,
Facts.
right? We think of, okay, I'm just meeting this person and
Right.
we're gonna get to know each other. But then when you really dive deep and you start to understand, this person reacts this way
because of this and that and
this,
that.
Yeah. It's a domino effect,
Exactly.
and sometimes we don't want to go there. We don't want to touch those areas
my life.
until something happens.
You're right. when you're forced. That's very true.
And you're like, okay, the reason why he doesn't like me to say I love him
It's because
he's never been told that he loves him.
Exactly.
Right. Or
exactly.
whoever tells him he loves him basically walks away from him.
Right. Right. You're actually touching on a lot. You're like right on it. You're right on it. You're definitely right on it. So
pedigree is very important. And that's the thing that we're afraid. We're afraid of that because it's new territory for us. It is. Like, what happens here stays here.
Right.
And our family, that's how we've been brought up. To not include anyone else into our business.
Ooh, that's exactly
We're supposed
the
to stay in these four walls and deal with our situations here.
Yeah, I literally
so
talked
then
about
we
that.
hide behind, I guess, this mask.
This facade.
Yeah. So you're diving into that.
Yeah, I am. It's important.
Stuff.
It's important. I think what you said is important too. Like, you know, realizing and processing those things and where they come from. And that's what all of this is about. And I love that you said that, like, your family's pretty much what happens in this house stays in this house. That's a huge thing for me. Like quick insert. My first girlfriend, I was like 13 years old. Of course, it was a church family. And like the first thing I was told in my first relationship, her dad was like, listen, you guys are in a relationship. This is you guys' both first relationship. Don't let anybody into this relationship. Like, if you let too many people on the ship, it sinks. So you have to like really like keep it precious.
The church dad said that?
Yeah, he did. Like,
he's amazing.
Yeah, he is. And
because
I've kept that.
that's not the experience. I
really?
I thought you were going to say, that's your first relationship. This is my baby girl. You're gonna marry her. That's what I thought you were gonna say because
that.
they're like on that.
Yeah, they are on that.
Listen, thanks for saying. We'll be right back. We're here with Cedric Brazle. Thanks to Sync family, we are back. We're here with Cedric Brazle. Cedric Brazle. I don't know why. I'm not gonna do that. I feel like because these two past segments, I feel like, oh my gosh, this Ceddy.
Yeah, go ahead. I like that. I love that. Go ahead.
All right, so Cedric. Okay. No, we're gonna put some respect on your name, Mr. Cedric Brazle. So we've been talking about the taboo conversations about, lately I see that we are tiptoeing into the unknown.
Right.
We're trying to do better as a people to face our fears and the unknown areas that we keep in that closet, that deep, dark closet.
Right.
And another thing that's important, which I'm not going to bore you guys and talk about love all the time, this entire segment.
You're good.
But as far as love, the languages of love too.
Yeah.
Sometimes we speak to each other in our own love language.
Oh, that's
and
fact.
then we have a lot of issues that, arise because we're not discussing whatever it is we're supposed to discuss in that person's language. If you want that person to understand something, you gotta be speaking their language.
Right, but receive it. You're right.
Yes.
Right.
So how do we combat, in introducing all of that in your music? It seems like you do it effortlessly in your music.
I'm trying, but I think how I've done it myself is, like I said, to be completely honest and to lay it out on the floor and how it's affected me. And I don't think I've ever done that before. And that's something that, honestly, about this set of music that makes me feel so different than anything I've ever done. And I'm not saying that because that's the hoopla of what artists say to promote their music. But I've never told my story in this way. And I've never done it in this way. And when people hear it, they're like, wow, I really relate to this. Wow, I really relate to this. And that was my goal, to like do something that my favorite artists do for me. Like one of my favorite artists is Usher, and one of my favorite albums is Confessions. And what I really like about that album is, honestly, throughout that whole album, he's teaching guys just general life lessons on don't do this, like look for this kind of relationship. Like, he sneaks it in, but I love those tokens because I took that with me. So I want to do that in my music and be that type of artist that people can listen to and gain something from genuinely, but still make dope, great music.
Right.
Yeah.
You said sneaking in. Do you feel like it needs to be sneaking? Do you feel like it needs to be spoon fed?
I feel like
small doses.
I think it needs to be put in a way that people understand. It doesn't have to be small doses. It just has to be in a way that they can interpret and they think it's cool and dope, And I don't want to compromise my art and what's dope, for just only the message. I want to be able to do both seamlessly. So, and I think I really believe that I've done that. So I can't wait for people to hear that, because I think you're gonna be like, wow, like he has a message and the song is fire. Like, and I truly believe that.
Have you ever had someone that the music was about listen to your music and you caught on to it?
I don't know if they ever caught on to it. Because sometimes I've sent songs in that way, but caught on to it, not so much. Because unless it's like something really good I've shown to any past relationships. But not that they've told me. I've always told the ones. I've always said, okay, this song's about you. This song's about you.
Okay.
I've done that.
So you're intentional about those.
Yes.
But then there's some that you're like, I'm just gonna put it out there.
And put it out there. And some songs are a conglomeration of like different relationships and just how things are a common thread. So I felt this certain emotion. Like I have a song on my first EP called Human. And that song's just pretty much being about like looking at a relationship that ended and being like, okay, these are the things I contributed to the downfall of this relationship.
Accountability?
Yeah, it's really
Say
about
it ain't
that.
so.
Yes, for real.
Wow.
So I think it's really about that. It's like looking at the whole grand scheme and just trying to do better moving forward.
Yeah, that's an issue that we have as individuals, right? Accepting and taking accountability. It's always somebody else's fault. No.
How did you
take a look in the mirror?
Right.
Yeah,
How did you contribute?
Right.
It takes two.
It does.
It really
absolutely,
does.
absolutely. And it's not until we figure that part out that we start to grow too. We
Yeah.
start to grow and change. Ooh, so you don't only talk about love.
Not only just love, just not love, heartbreak, like familial love. There's so many things, just life lessons, and that very song just says like this chorus goes like, I'm only human. Tell me you understand me. Hurting you was never the intention. I'm sorry if that's what happened, baby. That song's like pretty much just an apology,
Hold on. That was beautiful.
Thank you. That wasn't
beautiful.
That wasn't even 10. So
Stay ready.
Always gotta stay ready.
Listen.
This is my heart. This is my love. So yeah.
Ah, that was amazing.
Thank you.
Oh, you gotta tease us another when we come back.
I got you.
All right, yes.
I got you.
Sex and Saint family, you gotta stick and stay next time because guess what? He's gonna give us a little teaser.
Yeah.
All right, we'll be right back. We're here with Cedric Brazle. Thanks to Sank family, we are back. I am your host, B. We're here with Cedric Brazle.
Ooh.
We're here at Express Hookah Lounge. You want more information about us? Log on to www.sanks2sanktv.com. Cedric,
Yeah.
wasn't that amazing? Listen,
thank
I didn't
you.
even expect that. So now I'm like on the edge of my seat because I know you're about to bless us. Whenever you feel like segueing, just like you did, transition
got
to
you.
a song, just
I
go
got
ahead and roll with it.
I got you.
So as far as your music is concerned, the very first time, your very first jitters, or maybe you didn't have it. Maybe you just went out there and rocked the crowd. What was that like? Where? When? Take us there.
I have two of those moments.
Okay.
My first moment would be when I performed at South by Southwest for the first time in Texas. Yeah. It was my first time ever, like one of my first times performing out of the state, and being in a place that loved music and it absorbed it, and people who really genuinely loved it, and they went to the conference to hear new artists, and every single building you go through for like blocks is filled with like concerts happening. So that was my first like real experience, like feeling like, wow, I can do this and I belong in this.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
the
other ones?
second one was a New York show that I did a
Ooh,
few years
New
ago in
York.
Brooklyn. I did a show, can't remember the name of it right now, but I got to connect with one of the people who were over it named Charlie. Shout out to Charlie. And got to perform there for the first time in New York. I love it. It's one of my favorite places on earth. I don't feel like they have a lot of R&B artists there, so the first time I performed there was so much love surrounding it because people hear rappers all the time, so they
Right.
don't really get to hear a lot of singers. Like they have
Right.
Mary and Alicia and like Ashanti, but they don't really have like a lot of like R&B singers. So
Right,
they
right.
appreciate it when they feel like it's good.
Yes. So you got your feet wet.
Yeah, I
Ooh.
love it. My
You
favorite
love it.
thing. Performing is my favorite
So
thing.
you don't have the sweaty palms.
I
And
get nervous, but I was always told my whole life that if you have nerves, you care about it. So yeah, so I don't really get nervous in the sense of, oh my, I don't know if I'm do good. It's always like I just want to make sure I give my best in this moment,
Awesome.
and leave it there, and
awesome.
that's it,
That's so positive.
Yeah.
Just do your best, and if you're nervous, that means you care about it. I like how you switch that up. Okay. So music-wise, who is it that you would like to collab with?
Ooh, I have a lot.
Really?
Yeah, I do. Like I said, Usher is one of my favorite
Yeah.
singers of all time. I would love to collaborate with Brandy. She's one of my favorite women artists of all time. Drake, J. Cole, trying to think. Chris Brown. These are like people that I look up to a whole lot. Trying to think.
So you said Chris Brown.
Yeah.
And earlier you talked about Usher's Confessions.
Yes.
So you know how they have it going on.
Yeah.
Like which one you rooting for?
I can't do that.
I
learned from both, and I really loved them both.
Keep it
genuinely.
safe.
Yeah, I
Be
love
safe
them
with the
both.
answer, yeah.
Yeah, and I grew up to both their music, and all their music means a lot to me. So I could never do that.
I don't think I can pick either. Although I'm born during Usher's time frame, but I feel like Chris Brown did his thing, and he's doing his thing. Both of them, both of them.
Right.
Yeah, hands down. But I don't know. I guess because Usher's been in the game a little bit longer,
respect.
so I respect, like on a respect
of
level.
Of course.
But artistry wise, I feel like they're both amazing.
Yeah, both amazing. I just saw Usher in Vegas on January 1st. Yeah, this year. So one of the best moments of my life.
You bought it in the new year, right?
I did. I wanted to. I said, this is the way I got to do it. I got to see one of my favorite artists live in Vegas for the first time.
So you're born and raised in the church.
Yeah.
And then now you're singing R&B.
Yes.
What was that transition like?
It was good. Like I said, my family, they've always supported me doing music, like, because I've literally done it my entire life. So my whole family is like, every time I see them, okay, where's the music? How's the music going? Because, like, that's just what they know me for. And I'm at this point now where I'm like, as long as this can be my legacy, it doesn't matter if I make it to this grand place, but as long as my legacy and when I'm leave this earth, as long as that is what people are left with and what they see in me or what they see in my life, or like music was a part of me and is synonymous with me, then that's my goal. Like, that's my end goal, to be synonymous with music when I leave this earth.
Can you bless us?
Sure. What do you want to hear?
Whatever.
Okay, you said something about Sam Cooke, which is one of my favorite artists. So I'll give you a little piece of that.
Okay.
I'll give you a piece of that.
Okay.
This is impromptu, so
Okay.
let me see. I was born by the river in a little tent. Oh, and just like the river, I've been running ever since. It's been a long time coming, and I know change's gonna come. Oh, yes it will.
That was amazing.
Thank you.
And it was so appropriate. The time that we're in right now.
Yes, it is. We need it.
It's something about that song and the way you just grabbed our attention.
Thanks.
I was holding on to every note, and it was unexpected, and the runs, and it was just a great merging of the chords. And
appreciate that so much.
I'm happy. We're happy.
We are.
Thanks to Sing Family. We'll be right back. Thanks to Sing Family. We are here blessed with the presence of Cedric.
Yeah.
Listen, you did that.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh. Okay, we're back. Let me gather myself. Okay, so what can we look forward to? Listen, because we're ready. You guys ready to plug in? Where do we follow you?
Yeah.
If we want to see you as far as performances are concerned, if we want to book you, where can we do that?
You can do that at CEDRICE BRAZLE on all platforms, whether it's streaming, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all of that. Cedric Brazle, BRAZLE. So
where do you get this talent from?
My grandpa.
Okay.
Honestly, my grandfathers, because my family, both my grandfathers on my dad's side and my mom's side, they both were in bands. So
nice.
Yeah, so it's always been there.
Do you play instruments as well?
Piano. I need to get back, but I grew up playing piano.
Nice. Are you the only one besides your grandparents that picked it up?
No, my little brothers, they do. I have two little brothers, and one produces and one raps. So they're really good. Yeah, they're really cool.
So you guys,
really
you guys could collab together.
Yeah, we will one day. I always told them they gotta, push their art. I want them to push their art first, and then when we find the right moment, we can do it.
Okay, so what do you have in store for us?
I have my next project coming out so soon. We've been working really hard on it, me and my team. Shout out to Imperium Entertainment for helping me go through this journey. We've been making some really, really crazy art, like really crazy art. And I just saw like a draft of something we created like 2 days ago, and I'm like, wow, this is the best thing I've ever created. Like, this is the best art. This is the best. So
Make you feel good.
I know it's great because it's literally me. Like, this is the first time, and my music's been great before, but this is like the first time I felt like this song is literally me. Like, every word of it is literally me.
I was just about to ask you, what makes it so different than your previous? It's because
it goes deeper than just relationships, like you say. That goes into like the traumas and the reasons why I am the way I am, and the way why I love, and and how I love, and how I need to grow, and but it's a really good music. It's just not like those great life lessons and not a bop. Like, these songs are bops, but they're also amazing music. So I know
is
people
music
love
your
it.
therapy, or do you also do therapy as well?
No, I would love to do therapy, but music is my therapy because it's my release. I can get it all out and not feel like I'm being judged, and I feel like it's just a different outlet for me. I can put everything there. I've always
Let's
done that.
rewind. So you feel like if you go to therapy, you're going to be judged?
No. I would love to do therapy. I'm
Okay.
an avid supporter of mental health.
Okay.
I completely believe in that.
Okay,
I'm just saying that this is my form,
Yeah.
and it really helps me and it works for me.
Gotcha.
But if you out there and you need that type of therapy, if you need any of that, please go get that. Find somebody who can help you discover and filter those things that are going on in your head. So.
Absolutely. Oh my God, you're such a gift.
Oh, thank you. So are you.
Thank
you.
for coming on our show. Your family
course.
now.
Yes, of course. Okay, I
Listen,
like that.
When you're on top of the charts, don't forget Syncs to
I
Sync
won't.
TV.
I won't.
Because we have an open door policy.
Okay.
Make sure you come and see us
I will.
and spend some time with us.
I
We
will.
would love to have you.
Thank you so
and,
much.
And follow your journey.
Thank you so much.
Syncs to Sync TV. We'll be right back in just a few with the close. You can find more information about us at www.syncstosynctv.com. Thanks to Sync family. It's your girl B hosting the show here at Express Hookah Lounge. We are here with Cedric. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And it's so hard to say goodbye.
It's so hard.
To say goodbye. I wish I knew how to sing.
Yeah, you can.
I'll do alto.
You can.
I can't.
Everybody can.
No,
Muscle
I don't
memory.
think
You can
so.
do it.
Well, my muscle has my vocal cords have Alzheimer's. Then it's vocal memory.
It's muscle memory. Yeah.
Okay. So how do I combat that?
Practice.
Practice.
That's it.
I've been practicing all my life.
Go a little harder, just a little bit harder.
I don't know. Maybe my vocal cords have
I believe in you.
Alzheimer's.
I believe in you.
You believe?
I do.
I don't believe in me. That's the
Oh
problem.
no.
Okay, so Heaven.
Yeah, Heaven.
Let's talk about Heaven.
Yeah, it's a dope record by the Sony Music DJ artists that are from Brazil. They reached out to me earlier last year, and they were like, yo, we love you. Let's work. And we ended up creating this EDM dance track, and we released it in November, and it stayed on the Apple charts. It's still on Apple charts right now in dance charts, and it's now hit 100,000. My first song to hit 100,000 streams.
Congrats.
And thank you. And it elevated my sound. I feel like for the first time I've gotten to expand my sound, which is something I always wanted to do. Do something other than just like I love R&B with all my soul, but I see myself more than that. I want to be genreless, and I want to be able to just do whatever I feel.
Love it. So is it all in English?
Yes, it's all in English.
Okay.
Yes,
all right.
yes.
Do you dance?
Yeah, we're gonna see. I got something coming. We're gonna got something. We're gonna see.
You say Usher.
Yeah, it's my favorite.
Brown,
My favorite. You're gonna see. You're gonna see. I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
Step.
Telling you. We're working really hard. Really, really hard. So.
Okay, so outside of the box, you need to do something with the Islanders.
Yo, that'll be dope. I really would love to do that.
Do something
I
with
really
Islanders.
I would love to do that.
Jazz it up.
I would love to do that. Find the right song just so that I can feel like I'm coming off as my authentic self, but I would love to do it.
So what do you do? This is so sidebar. What do you do to warm up your vocal cords? Because now you believe in me. I might have something. What do you
Vocal leaps and go up the scale. My amazing vocal coach who's based in Miami, Florida.
So you got a vocal coach.
Shayla Shanae. She has with the Mahi. She's a dope vocal health coach. She works with all kind of people like 112 and just so many people. So she just instills in me. She's like a mentor for me. So she grills me about all that
scared
stuff.
me even more.
No,
She
it's really
works with
good.
112.
Yeah, she does work. A lot of other people. I just want to name him,
She
but
doesn't work with people who sing nursery rhymes.
No, she does. She works with everyone. Everybody.
All right. So where can we contact you for more information?
You can find me anywhere and everywhere at CEDRICBRAZLE. That's CEDRICBRAZLE everywhere.
Thank you for being a breath of fresh air here.
Thank
at
you.
6 to Sync.
Thank you for inviting me.
If you want more information about us, log on to www.sync2sync.tv.com. Both Twitter, Instagram, all at Sync2Sync.tv. I am your host, B. I can be found on Instagram at BLongChamp. Till next time, you guys, be great.
Be great.